Free education. A complete DAV solution.
DAV Public School, Solution of Social Science. Class 8. Lesson 11. The First War of Independence 1857 वीडियो शुरू करने से पहले आप मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब और लाइक जरूर कर लें और बेल आइकन को भी प्रेस कर लें ताकि नई वीडियोस की नोटिफिकेशन आपको मिल जाए। तो चलिए वीडियो को शुरू करते हैं। Today we will discuss the exercise of Lesson 11. The First War of Independence. 1857. First we will do something to know. A. Tick check mark the correct option. 1. The revolt of 1857 started on A. May 10, 1857. B. May 11, 1857. C. May 12, 1857. D. May 13, 1857. Answer. Dot. A. May 10, 1857. 2. Mangal Pandey belonged to which one of the following places? A. Jhansi. B. Hyderabad. C. Barrackpore. D. Gwalior. Answer. C. Barrackpore. 3. Who took over the governance of India from the East India Company after his 1857 revolt? A. The British Parliament. B. The Queen. C. The Viceroy. D. The Governor General. Answer. A. The British Parliament. 4. The British Army was reorganized after the revolt of 1857 to A. Annex the Indian states. B. Ruthlessly conquer Indian rulers. C. Give more powers to East India Company. D. Prevent future revolts. Answer. D. Prevent future revolts. 5. The practice for looking down upon the blacks is known as A. Religions. B. Racial law. C. Racial discrimination. D. Imperialism. Answer. C. Racial discrimination. Next we discuss question B. Fill in the blanks. B. Fill in the blanks. 1. The First War of Independence is also known as the Sepoy Mutiny of 1857. 2. The British considered themselves superior. 3. Bahadur Shah Zafar was exiled to Rangoon. 4. Rani Laxmi Bai wanted her lost kingdom. 5. The doctrine of lapse created resentment among Indian rulers. Next question is C. Write true or false for the following statements. 1. Bahadur Shah Zafar was proclaimed the Shahanshah-e-Hindustan. True. 2. At Kanpur, the revolt was led by Begum Hazrat Mahal. False. 3. The British followed a policy of racial discrimination. True. 4. The regiment in Meerut recalled on May 10, 1857. True. 5. A Secretary of State was appointed to look after the governance of England. False. Next we will discuss question D. Answer these questions. 1. The revolt of 1857 was the landmark in the history of India's struggle for independence. Justify the statement with any three arguments. Answer. The revolt of 1857 was the landmark in the history of India's struggle for freedom. I. The revolt spread to different parts of country very soon. E. Many sections of the society like peasants, artisans, soldiers, educated Indians and many Indian rulers joined hands to fight against the Britishers. E. Hindus and Muslims also came together to oppose British rulers. 2. What was the doctrine of lapse and how did it affect the rulers of India? Answer. The doctrine of lapse was a policy of annexation introduced by Lord Dalhousie in 1848 and continued till 1856. The doctrine declared that if any Indian ruler died without leaving behind a natural heir to the throne, his kingdom automatically became a part of the British territory. Several kingdoms like Satara, Sambalpur, Udaipur, Nagpur, Jhansi and Awadh were annexed by applying this doctrine. This doctrine created fear and resentment among the Indian kings. 3. Explain subsidiary alliances with the help of examples. Answer. Subsidiary alliance was a treaty signed by the Britishers to compelled to accept the permanent British army within the territory and to pay a subsidy for its maintenance. He could not recruit any other European in his service without prior approval. He had to station a resident in his court, which reduced the power of the Nawab. Gradually, the Indians lost all trust in the British. Awadh had been an ally of the East Indian Company for nearly a century. Still, it was annexed on the plea that the government was not functioning properly. The Nawab was exiled to Calcutta. Begum Hazrat Mahal took over the reign of Awadh. This shocked the other rulers. 4. How did the economic policies of the British adversely affect the Indian economy? Answer. Indian economy was greatly affected by the economic policy of the British. I. The zamindari system exploited the peasants. E. The peasants were forced to grow only those crops which were required by the British industries. E. British goods like textiles overtook the Indian markets. These things made artisans and peasants unemployed. 5. Why is Revolt of 1857 called the First War of Independence? What were its immediate causes? Answer. The Revolt of 1857 is known as the First War of Independence as it was the first time in Indian history that different sections of Indian society united and fought as one nation to throw off the foreign British rulers. The cartridges of the new Enfield rifle had a greased paper cover which had to be bitten off before the cartridge was loaded into the rifle. The grease was composed of beef and pig fat. Both the Hindus and Muslims refused to use them. Mangal Pandey, a young Indian sepoy from Bengal regiment, was the first to refuse it. He not only refused to use the greased cartridge but also shot down his sergeant. He was arrested, tried and executed. The revolt started at other places as soon as this news spread. Next we discuss question E. Answer these questions. A. Answer the following questions. 1. Describe the course of the Revolt of 1857. Answer. The Revolt of 1857 was started by the Indian soldiers and it soon spread to different parts of the country. The regiments in Meerut marched to Delhi and their Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar supported the rebellion. It gave courage and confidence to act. Local leaders, zamindars and chiefs fought valiantly. Nana Sahib in Kanpur, Tantia Tope in Bidul, Begum Hazrat Mahal in Awadh, Rani Laxmi Bai in Jhansi and many more took an active part in organizing the uprising against the British. The revolt also spread to Bareilly, Agra, Benares and other places. Many groups were there who did not join the revolt like Sikhs in Punjab, Nizam of Hyderabad, Madras and Bombay Regiment. 2. Describe 5 main causes of the First War of Independence. Answer. The 1857 revolt was caused by a number of factors, both immediate and long-term. The following are some of the most important causes of the revolt. The policy of annexation. One of the main reasons for the outbreak of the revolt was the policy of annexation pursued by the British. This policy led to the annexation of several native states, which made the people feel that their rights were being usurped. The Doctrine of LAPSE. The Doctrine of LAPSE was another major cause of the revolt. This doctrine allowed the British to annex any native state whose ruler died without a male heir. This led to great unrest among the people, as they felt that their rights were being snatched away. Discrimination against Indians. The British policy of discrimination against Indians was another important factor that led to the revolt. The British favored Europeans over Indians in all aspects of life, which led to a feeling of resentment among the people. The economic policies of the British. The economic policies of the British also contributed to the outbreak of the revolt. The tax policies and other measures adopted by the British led to economic hardship for the people, which made them resentful of British rule. The social policies of the British. The social policies of the British also played a role in causing the revolt. The policy of introducing Western education and culture led to a feeling of alienation among the people. The immediate cause of the revolt was the cartridges of the new Enfield rifle. It had a greased paper cover which had to be bitten off before the cartridge was loaded into the rifle. It was suspected of being coated with the fat of cows and pigs. Both Hindus and Muslims refused to use them. Mangal Pandey, an Indian sepoy, refused to use the greased cartridge but also shot down his sergeant. When this news spread, many sepoys started the revolt. 3. What steps did the British take to suppress the revolt? Answer. Though the revolt spread far and wide, but the Britishers were able to suppress the revolt by many ways. A. The British military officers freed Delhi, the epicenter of the revolt, from the rebels. The Kashmiri Gate was blown up. Hundreds of people were killed. B. Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar was tried for treason and exiled to Rangoon. C. Lucknow was recaptured in 1858. Rani Laxmi Bai was killed in the battle and Tantia Tope was captured, put on trial and executed. Thus, the British finally suppressed the massive force of popular rebellion. 4. Why did the First War of Independence fail in spite of the participation of different sections of Indian society? Explain. Answer. The First War of Independence was a great event because people from different sections of the society took an active part in it. But it was effectively suppressed by the Britishers. There were several reasons behind its failure. A. The revolt had been planned for months, but it broke out before the appointed date. It did not go according to the plan. B. There was no unity among the rebels. Their motives was not the nationalism, but they fought for their own self-interest. The sepoys of Bengal wanted to revive the glory of the Mughals, while Nana Sahab and Tantia Tope tried to re-establish the Maratha power and Rani Laxmi Bai fought for her lost kingdom. C. The revolt was limited to North and Central India. In the north, the Sikhs, the Nizams and the Scindias were unaffected by the revolt and the Gurkhas still remained loyal to the Britishers. D. The rebels lacked the modern weapons and the disciplined army. A. The leadership of the revolt was very weak. The Indian rulers fought to liberate their own territories and did not think about the freedom of the entire country. 5. What changes were made in the administration of India after the revolt was suppressed? Answer. After the revolt, the British authority in India made some changes in their policies for the re-establishment. A. The rule of the East India Company ended. The British Crown took over the administration. B. A Secretary of State was appointed by the British Parliament to look after the governance of India with the help of a council. C. The Governor-General was given the title of Viceroy, which was the representative of the British Crown. D. The British reorganized the army to prevent any future revolts. A. The policy of annexations of Indian territories was given up. The Indian princes were granted the right of adoption. F. Full religious freedom was guaranteed to the Indians. G. Indians were also given the assurance that high posts would be given to them without any discrimination. Next we discuss value-based questions. 1. After the 1857 revolt, Bahadur Shah Zafar II, the Mughal emperor, was tried for treason and exiled to Rangoon. His sons were cruelly shot down as they were held guilty of the murder of the English men, women and children. It led to the end of Mughal rule in India. According to you, was the action taken by the British against Bahadur Shah Zafar's family morally correct? Discuss. Answer. The action taken by the British against Bahadur Shah Zafar's family was absolutely incorrect morally, though Bahadur Shah Zafar also committed a serious crime by killing the English women and children, yet the British should not have killed his sons as they were not involved in the revolt and did not harm the English. To take a revenge of a murder, we should not also become a murderer. If we do so, there would be no difference between a murderer and a noble person.